If you have been through an abusive relationship, you've likely experienced a lot of fear and a lot of anger. And that makes sense. You've been in a situation in which someone who's supposed to love and care for you is someone who's hurting and abusing you. And that's a terrifying situation to be in, and it's a cruel situation to be in. So fear and anger are completely normal, healthy, emotional responses. Fear and anger are also really motivating. They give you energy, drive, and impetus. And they may have been the emotions that pushed you to get away from that situation, that allowed you to escape and allowed you to survive. But many survivors of abuse find it difficult to let go of fear and anger, even when the external circumstances of their life change. They find it difficult to adjust to calm and peace and contentment. My name's Ruth Ann. I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm an expert in relationships and issues of narcissism. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can tend to your fear and to your anger, transforming them and giving them the confidence that they can relax and trust you to take charge. It can be very helpful to think about fear and anger and the relationship between them. So when you're in a situation where you feel very, very fearful and vulnerable and fragile, anger can feel really strong and protective. It can feel like that's the thing that's going to keep you safe and protect you from an abusive person or a harmful situation. So anger is often a very self-protective strategy. But one of the problems with fear and anger is that they're emotions that don't really allow you to think so much when you're in the thick of them. Think about it. If you were in a situation where you came across a predator, say you came across a bear, you're not going to think about things. You're just going to get the hell out of there. You're going to run for your life. You're not really thinking about where you're running to. You just want to run away from danger and get to a place of safety. And when you run away from an abusive relationship, you can often find yourself just running to get away from the thing that you're leaving. And maybe also constantly looking over your shoulder, wondering if the abusive person is going to come back into your life, wondering if there are other abusers ready to pounce. And it can feel very frightening, and you can feel constantly on edge. And there may be that angry, protective part of you that is always ready to go into fight mode to keep you safe. This is different for different people. Some people tend more towards feeling very anxious. Some people tend more towards feeling angry and being ready to fight. But regardless, when there's that sense of chronic tension, chronic stress, and chronic hypervigilance, very often that's because you're living in a situation where you're constantly waiting for the abuse to happen again. You're kind of on the run from the abuse. And I think it's really important to appreciate that these were the strategies that allowed you to survive. And although they're the strategies that allowed you to survive, they may not be the strategies that allow you to thrive. When I work with people who've been through abusive situations, I really want them to learn how to tend to those emotions. I want them to learn how to give the angry side of them confidence that it can relax, it can take a step back, because it knows that you are a strong, sturdy, healthy leader in your life, that you can take charge and steer your life in the direction that you want to go in. And I also want them to be able to put their arm around the part of them that feels very fearful, very frightened, to learn how to soothe, learn how to calm, to learn how to really nurture that part. And this is really about developing self-compassion. And there's two key components to self-compassion. One is learning how to tend, soothe, and care for yourself. How to take care of the parts of you that are hurting, how to meet their needs, how to soothe them, calm them, comfort them. It's really important to see the whole picture, to understand the effect that the abuse had on you, all the ways in which you've hurt, the things that you've lost, to not shrink away from that, but to be able to hold all of that with an attitude of tenderness and comfort and compassion for yourself. And that can also involve taking really good care of yourself, making sure that you get sleep, feeding yourself well, giving yourself the chance to be around people who genuinely love and care for you, really giving yourself that softness and that tenderness that you need. But that isn't the only part of self-compassion. The other aspect of self-compassion is fierce self-compassion. That's the part of you that is a good leader. That is the part of you that is a good protector, that will take action to keep you safe and to drive you in the direction you want to go. And here's the difference. Rather than running away from a predator, running away from threat, This is much more about what are you running towards? What are the things that really drive and motivate you that you want to run towards them? Not in fear and terror, but with a sense of compassion and drive and ambition and really caring for yourself. And that can be really different things for different people. And so something I'd really invite you to do if you're watching this is to think about not what am I running away from, but what am I running toward? Maybe you're running towards better friendships, better relationships with your family or friends, your children. Maybe you're running towards your career aspirations and your life goals and a sense of achievement and competence. Maybe you're running towards building better skills in assertiveness, asking for your needs to be met, being able to say no to people, building that sense of your healthy entitlement to have your needs met and to be able to say no to other people sometimes. If you can build self-compassion, it can change the way you relate to your fear and you relate to your anger. Self-compassion allows you to really embrace the part of you that's frightened and vulnerable, to comfort and console it. And it's also the part of you that can be strong, sturdy, bold, and courageous in driving yourself towards the things that are most important to you. I'd love to hear what you think. So if you feel able to, leave a comment and share, what are you running towards rather than away from? If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you'd like to hear more from me. I look forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, take good care.